Welcome to Free Media. I'm Amber Duke.
And I'm Robbie Suave. Well, Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez blasted Elon Musk in an Instagram rant, calling him one of the most unintelligent billionaires she's ever seen. Let's watch.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of. But the point is that what that means is that they're going to hit a button inevitably. They are going to hit a button and things can go sideways.
Elon Musk runs a company that built a giant robotic arm that caught a space rocket as it was returning to Earth. But AOC thinks he's pretty dumb.
Yeah, also runs the only electric car company that is capable of surviving without government subsidies. Yeah, he's clearly really stupid. Says the woman, by the way, who supposedly got an economics degree from Boston University, yet thinks that the unemployment rate goes down when people have two jobs.
Yeah, and I'm not out here really disparaging her achievements either. I think she's I think she's a perfectly, obviously I disagree with her, but
I think she's nice.
Successful.
I don't think she's smart.
Yeah, I don't really think she's smart, but I also don't think it's what a 19-year-old, actually this is my real criticism of what she had to say. I hate this idea that, you don't understand the system of the government bureaucracy perfectly, and that's what makes you unintelligent or unqualified to grapple with it in her perspective. That, I think, is just so, that's a kind of criticism you get from a certain number of progressives these days that you didn't spend 20 years, rotting away at a desk at some federal department, complying with all of their absurd HR or DEI or intergovernmental departmental memos. It's just that it's the kind of stuff that breaks the human spirit unless you are one of the rare people who likes being in that environment. People who like being in that environment, I'm sure there are good, hardworking civil servants, some of whom would have good ideas for how to make things better. But I think a lot of those people are dead inside from having been part of this system for so long if they didn't start out that way, and are not going to be able to fix it.
Also, if the system is so universally reviled, right? I mean, the US government has a very low approval rating. People have declining trust in institutions. It's universally agreed upon that the system is not working. So why would you want someone who's an expert on the system that's not working and has seemingly got along with it for decades to be the person who's supposedly going to be the one to reform it? No, you need outsiders with new, fresh ideas who can look at the system with a clean lens and actually identify the things that are causing it to go so awry. That's why the idea of a disruptor is something that was so appealing to the American people.
And progressives used to have criticisms of these systems. They used to say, they still do to some degree talk about these things, although now that we're actually trying to fix them, they've turned into critics of that we spend way too much on education to get not very good education results. We spend tons of money on healthcare, more than any other developed country. This is a progressive talking point, it's true. And we don't like the outcomes we get in a lot of cases. Why are we spending tons and tons of money, more money than other civilized countries, for what the American people feel like are in many cases worse results? Why is it happening like that? There's something wrong with the functioning of the machine of government that we spend so much money and we're such a wealthy society that we can't get better results. Then you look at a private company like Twitter, purchased by Elon Musk. He fires 80% of the people who work there, and it functions just as well as before. that's what we want to happen to government. So I guess if you're one of those, again, soul-deadened people who work there, maybe that is a troubling idea to you, but this is no way to run a business. And I know the government's a little bit different from the businesses, but it can be more like business in some ways. And one of those ways would be efficiency and identifying areas to cut. And if Elon Musk and his team have managed to identify that, it should still be done in a legal, of course, and constitutional way, of course, and it should be Congress primarily leading the way to implement these changes. But if it's some 19-year-old superstar genius computer scientist person, I don't even see why AOC is disparaging that. Wasn't she like 20-something when she was elected to Congress?
That's a great point.
Isn't she like a power to the young people?
She used to be all over the fact that she was a new generation of part of a new generation of political leaders, that we need to get younger people involved in Congress.
But now young people
that the
are all
gerontocracy is the problem.
Now the gerontocracy is liberal and the young people are all right-wing.
I mean, look, I think this all boils down to the fact that they are very concerned that people with a fresh eye are going to look under the hood and realize that a lot of these programs are really just funding schemes for Democratic NGOs and people in Congress's buddies who get kickbacks so that they will donate to their campaigns, help get grassroots efforts activated for these
transfers
people.
of wealth to older Americans, transfers of wealth to, all those coterie of NGOs, all of that kind of thing. Not good. We're seeing if they're going to fix it. Thanks for watching Free Media this week. Make sure to subscribe to our new channel, which is linked below. That's Reason Free Media. And we'll have more content for you next week.